Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome into this red room I have for you guys here. I want to do something a little bit different. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Chrissy, also known as Minovet Chrissy. I am the owner of Minovet, your loungewear, hair care, and personal care boutique. We make items for ourselves as well as have a private line collection where we are able to create and customize items for other brands. So, I wanted to come on here. I've been sharing a lot of my success lately as a small Black owned, woman owned crafting business. I was able to go from crafting and creating at my kitchen table to being a small batch manufacturer to us in the process currently of opening our first full blown manufacturing facility. We are trying to open the factory as we speak, and it's been placed on my heart to share this process with you guys. I know there are a lot of, women, there are a lot of people in general, but I'm specifically talking to Black women, my Black queens. I'm talking to you guys because a lot of us are crafting. I follow many, 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 many of you in Black Girls Craft, in other melanin craft groups, in places like that. And y'all got the sauce. Y'all got the sauce. You guys inspire me the same way that a lot of you tell me that I inspire you. And I'm just like, there is way too much talent, way too much creativity, way too much, micro success. And the only reason I'm calling it micro, I am not minimizing your craft, my love. I'm saying micro because that's what it is. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. It's micro compared to what it could be once you get yourselves out on platforms, get your products and skills in front of people that can make things happen for you, including yourself. Because honestly, you can do it yourself. I don't have a lot of big people behind me. It may look like it. It may look like somebody pulled me up, and unfortunately, that wasn't the case for me. I had to grind. I had to get it through the mud, foot on the pavement. I had to do it myself, feet on the pavement. Excuse me. And I just feel like if I had a me for me, if I had someone like myself, what I'm doing right now for others, if I had someone like that back when I started, oh my goodness, where would I be right now? And instead of, making people figure it out, let's use this thing we call a community and let's build and grow our own thing. No discrimination, no hate, no anything like that. But I would love to see more of my Black creative queens in these markets. I would love to see you guys on billboards. I would love to walk into these big box stores and see just all this magnificent melanin magic, on the shelf. So that's what I'm here to do. Sat and Talk is where I plan to come in and talk about anything and everything that goes on in my life in the entrepreneurial world. That includes my personal life, that includes my business, my love, my family, my all of my relationships, anything that I encounter in my life as an entrepreneur, I talk about it because it's all important. Most people are just only thinking about how do I market, how do I build, how do I do this, but they mental messed up. Their mindset is messed up, and it's like you can't succeed in one and everything else is tore up around you. They all coincide, they all make each other make sense. If one is negative over here, chances are so is the other side. If your personal is jacked up, chances are so is your business. If your business is jacked up, chances are so is your personal. You can't maintain relationships. You can't maintain your peace and your happy. You find it and you lose it. You find it and you lose it. And you're on this cycle, this overwhelming, stressful, angst-filled cycle that is keeping you in this loop, keeping you on the hamster wheel and you're not going anywhere. And I want to break you guys out of that. If I can help you, oh my goodness, if I can help you, I won't say that I'll do it. I pray that I can. But if I can help anyone get up off that wheel and actually move somewhere, then purpose served. Purpose fulfilled. Okay, that's what I want to do. I figured it out. I'm still, and honestly, I'm still figuring things out as we go. This is why I decided to hop on this live versus just always. I definitely do pen to paper. I research, I study, I document, I journal, I do all of that, and I make sure that I give you guys great information. But a lot of my magic happens on the fly, and when my brain just clicks, I'm like, oh, let me hop on live. Let me get this on. Let me get this documented real quick. So, not positive if I'm going to leave this live up forever. This is YouTube. If you're here with me live on YouTube, um, I don't have a lot of subscribers here because I have not used this platform the way that people say I should. I'm like, I do everything else. Why not YouTube? So I'm going to start using my YouTube more. Hopefully I could get, get a few up in here. If you're listening to me, listening to the replay, thank you so much for joining. And please subscribe to this channel here. Hit the bell so you never miss a notification, because I was like pausing, like, do I want to say do? I do create impromptu live videos that are not planned. So if you get that bell, you'll see when I go live. But we will have a schedule. We do go sometimes live. I won't say live, but there's definitely something posted. If not live, it's pre-recorded and fully formatted specifically for a course on Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. We'll also be doing something on Monday nights at 8:30 in case the weekday is better for you. And I'll try to throw a third day in there midday. So, or early mornings for my people that are up early doing things before their day officially gets started. So once that third time slot is set in stone, I'll let you guys know that. But we are on every platform: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, even still Tumblr, y'all, Pinterest, at Simply Minovet. At Simply Minovet is where we are. Type in Minovet in Google, search me, all of my pages will pop up. Find me there. Sundays at 8:30, Mondays at 8:30. I'm posted everywhere, okay? Whether it's live or pre-recorded, I got some tea for y'all, and it's good, successful tea. Not drama, not disrespect, none of that. We don't do that here. We are all about lifting up everyone, lifting up and loving on everyone. And the main focus behind that is to build up these wonderful, beautiful Black businesses, okay? So thank you so much for joining us. Welcome into the room. I had a quick just thought as I was making my coffee this morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Good morning. I was up making my coffee and I was already thinking about my journal entry for the morning once I got my coffee and sat down. And again, I was just like, there are multiple ways to journal. You don't have to just do pen to paper. You can audio record. You can record yourself speaking. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do this live. You guys will get the raw version of me talking to myself while I prepare for things to give you guys. I'll leave it up for a little while, see how it goes. But I will eventually take this recording and turn it into a full edited, something maybe for my podcast, Satin Talks, which we are in the process of getting on Anchor, so we can come to you in podcast form wherever you love to get your podcast. So be on the lookout for that as well. That will also be under the name, more than likely, Simply Minovet. There will be some tags called Satin Talks in there, so you'll be able to search either and find both. But yeah, back to my journaling process. I got up this morning, I was making my coffee, and competition was on my mind. Competition. What is that word? Why are we so afraid of it? And I want to make that a subject in one of my next courses. Stop fearing competition. Competition is good. You can turn competition into collaboration and make it even better. Make it good. Okay. But competition is good. If you are not competing, that means you are not in the race. That can be broken down into two ways. You're not competing and you're no longer in the race because you're at the top of the chain. You are at the top of the pyramid. No one can pass you. There is no competition. You are the one. That's freaking fantastic. That's magnificent if that's the case. But chances are, if you're sitting here listening to me talk, that's not you. Again, keeping it a buck. We keeping it sweet and satin here. It's smooth. It feels good on the skin, but it's real and it's raw, so it's easy to accept. I am not talking down to you. We are talking to each other as affiliates, okay? Welcome to the room. Welcome to the Minovet affiliation. Well, I'm talking to you as someone that I want to see get it. So please don't take this as I'm better than you. I know more than you, so do what I say. It's not that. What makes sense, implement. What doesn't, let it ride, okay? So that's what I'm doing here. But competition, chances are, if you are at the top of that pyramid, you're not here listening to me. They don't even hear me talking right now. I'm talking to the one that is looking to compete to get towards the top of that pyramid, if not to be the top of that pyramid. Competition is good. And the only way you're going to get there is if you pay attention to your competition. You don't have to copy them. You don't have to mimic what they're doing, but you should pay attention. Pay attention to what's working for them. Pay attention to what's not. Pay attention to the trends that they are following. Pay attention to how they market. Pay attention to what platforms they're using. Pay attention to how they post. Take notes. Take notes. Then sit down and go to your own drawing board and see what makes sense for your business. Things that you can implement into your business that make sense, do it. Try it out. Doesn't have to be anything permanent. Don't spend buku amounts of dollars on something that you're unsure about, but try it out. See if it not only makes sense, but see if it's something feasible. Can you afford it? Is it something that you can execute? Do you need to hire or ask for help? Figure that out. Once you figure that out and start to slowly but surely put things into your strategic planning process, it makes you a better business because you aren't just doing things on a whim. Oh, I had an idea and I just went with it. That's wonderful when that works out, but that's not a good way to plan to do anything, not just alone business. You don't just drive up to a house with a for sale sign and go, oh my God, I love this house, let me buy it. And you just put money on the table, didn't walk in, didn't check it out, didn't get anybody to appraise the home and see what it's actually worth. You didn't get anyone to see if there are any issues with the home. You didn't check the neighborhood. The schools are trash. The crime is high. You didn't check none of that. You can't just go on a whim. The same way you have to plan, research, and do all of that due diligence before you execute anything in any part of your life, you have to do the same thing with business, especially in business, because business is going to cost you money, okay? Business will either cost you money or make you money. There is no in between. Breaking even, that's, in my eyes, breaking even is the absolute minimum. The freaking absolute minimum. Because at least if you break even, only thing you lost is time. But you have to remember, time is so important. Time is so valuable. So in my eyes, even breaking even is a loss. But that is my bare minimum because I can reset. So you have to do everything in your life on purpose. Don't just ride the wave. There are times when you have to ride the wave. You're stressed out, you're strained, your mental health is just doing all kind of flip flops and loop de loops, and you're really going through a thing, and you have to just hold on to the reins and ride the wave until you are able to fight it again, until you are able to push again, until you are able to get up and endure again. Okay. So don't let me say don't ride. You have to ride the wave. Sometimes I understand that. But if it is in your power to build, to grow, and to turn something into something amazing, then you have to plan for it. It's not going to fall into your lap. If it's fallen into your lap before in the past, praise God. But I'm going to need you to not get that God complex and think that everything that you think is just going to pop up. I understand this whole manifest trend. I believe it. And first of all, I'm spiritual. There's a huge debate about manifesting things versus praying and asking for things. And honestly, they go hand in hand for me. I pray for it. I think about it. I implement it into my day. I say it to myself. I do my part. The plan has to have an action, and the action has to have a plan. They go hand in hand, and I manifest my dreams through my God, through my faith, through my ability to plan stuff out. And when you plan, don't just make one plan, make multiple. There shouldn't be a plan A, plan B, and plan C. There should be a plan A through ZZ. Go through the alphabet a few times. So that way, no matter what happens, there's a plan for that. And at the end of it all, the bare minimum is breaking even. Because your plan was, if A through ZZ don't work, at least I broke even. How many letters are there in the alphabet, y'all? 26. Times that by 2. 52. You got 52 ways to make it. If you fail all of those, look, sometimes stuff just don't go right. Whatever reason, research was wrong, information was wrong, execution was wrong, you slacked, something happened, medical, child got sick, somebody had to come home from work. Things happen. It's not always your fault. Get out of that, oh, it's my fault, I failed. We don't fail, we learn. Okay? That's number one. Rule number one, no one fails, because we're going to change that. You're never going to fail again after talking to me. What happened? What went wrong? What can I fix? What can we do next time? Should we even do this next time? Let's adjust. Rethink, replan, readjust. Then reapply freaking pressure. Okay? This is how we're going to move from here on out. I don't want to hear it no more. We no longer fail, we learn. After 52 attempts, 52 plans didn't go as planned. We learned 52 times on what not to do. 52 different ways, because a plan, you only get 52 plans if they're all different. We learned 52 different ways on how to not do something. At the end of all of that, let's at least break even and start over. Because honestly, plan 52 should have been, let's just reset. Because how many times do you have to do something before you realize it ain't working? Insanity. Look it up. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So now that we have that out the way and we understand that planning for it, having a well thought out, educated plan, research, you guys, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, yeah, it's some great tips on there, but a lot of these gurus are feeding you BS. They're feeding you bull, or they're feeding you things that used to work. The times are ever changing. This is also why you need to pay attention to your competition. If your competition is winning and winning consistently, chances are it's because they're following what's trending. They're following what's trending. They are following the changes in fashion and the changes in technology, the changes in whatever industry that they're in. They're seeing what the color patterns are. They are seeing what the need of businesses are. They are seeing what people need help with. What are people's pain points? What can I do as a business to help them get through their day more efficiently? Give them less work to do. Save them some money. Find out what people want, then give it to them in your industry, of course. Don't just start grabbing all kinds of stuff. I want to be a realtor. I want to sell, insurance. I sell travel. I make clothes. I have a boutique. I watch kids. I drive school buses. Those people will be successful for a little bit until they're drained. Now they're tired. They're overworked. They're no longer interested in any of those things because all of them get on their nerves now. So the passion is gone. Don't be that guy. Find out what you love to do the most. Because I know I like to do a lot of things. Find out what you like to do the most. Turn that one into a form of revenue. Then it doesn't feel like work. It feels like a hobby that makes you money. People always want to talk about your little hobby. Well, my little hobby pays my bills. My little hobby allowed me to quit my job. It allowed my husband to quit my job or to quit my job. It allowed my husband to quit his job. It allowed me to stay home in my house comfortably during the pandemic. God, did whatever. Things happened. People screwed up. We did what we did down here and the pandemic happened. And unfortunately for many, they dealt with a lot of sorrow in many different ways. Deaths, illness, financial issues, losing jobs, wiping out their savings. All of that happened for a lot of people. And it's extremely unfortunate. And I thank God every day that I was able to endure, because sometimes you got to hold on. I endured long enough to figure out a game plan so I didn't have to endure anymore. We took what was happening, we implemented new things that made sense because the world changed literally overnight. We woke up and the world stopped. And we had to figure out a new plan. Like, okay, I'm a manufacturer. I make items. People are home. They don't know what to do. They are losing their jobs. They're scared to go to work. They're ready to quit. But unemployment won't come in. And this is happening. So what did I do? I started reaching out to hair salons. I started reaching out to spas. I started reaching out to people in the beauty industry that are service-based businesses. They were shuttered. You could not do hair. You couldn't do nails. You couldn't do lashes. You couldn't do massages. People were no longer going to the gyms or the spas. So what did I do? I reached out to those businesses and offered them a product specifically for their business with their name on it that they can use and market as their own, to give to their customers, to sell to their customers, to incentivize their customers, to hold on with them. We're closed right now. We can't put our hands on you and do these things that we normally do. But what I do have is this product that can allow you to be pampered, luxurious, and get the comfort that you need from your home. That is what Minovet did. That is how Minovet blew up. I reached out to these businesses and I understood what their pain point was. And I did everything I could to help them fix it. I was not an all in all solution, but I was definitely a part of the plan because I made it that way. I got them to see why my product could help them continue to make money and sustain during a shuttering. And I built my clientele during a pandemic. I made money during a pandemic. And it wasn't a ploy. It wasn't a scam. It wasn't me getting over on people and robbing people of their hard earned, saved money. It wasn't me digging and reaching out for stimmies, okay? But I did understand that businesses that were struggling did have finances to make moves to better their business because the administration made it that way. And if they weren't able to get those resources, I had a plan for them as well. Klarna, Afterpay, Shop Pay. I'm on Fair now. I wholesale on Fair where you get a net 60 account, 60 days to pay. If you've never used Fair before and you find me, Minovet.fair.com, shameless plug. Yes, I'm doing it. Get used to doing that. It's nothing wrong. People can't find you if you don't tell them where you are. Minovet.fair.com is a wholesale site built for retail businesses. You need products to sell. There are businesses like me that have them already made, created, and ready to go. You can then sell our products to your customers where you make money because you sold it to your customer. I make money because you bought the product from me, and the world goes round. And if you buy from a small Black owned community built based type business like myself, when you buy wholesale products from me, you are supporting the community because I employ who? Other Black women. I am part of my community. And as this factory grows and thrives, I will be hiring even more. I am a fair opportunity boss. I don't care what your papers say. I need to see skills. I need to see the ability to learn and adapt. There's room for everybody where I'm going. As long as you put in the work, that's all I ask. I don't care about no degrees. Have you ever met someone that's worked for somewhere for 10 to 15 years and they won't promote you because you don't have a degree? But the person that they hire, you got to train them that has that degree and you still stuck in your lane? Alarm went off. The lane that they say you should be in, I hate that. And I'm again keeping it a buck with you guys. I do not have college degrees. I am not here to guru anything. I am not here to tell you these are proven tactics. This is my life. This is my experience. This is how I got here. What I did work. My mindset works. My processes work. And if you care to stay and listen to my non-educated self, you hear me speak. I'm educated. Don't let these people tell you what you do and don't know. I learn daily. I homeschool my children. They are so smart. They are so educated. People compliment us all the time on my children. Sometimes it's a little irritating because people always want to compliment the way that they speak, like they're speaking English. What do you mean? What do you mean they speak so well? They're 10 and 11. They should. But anyway, neither here nor there. I have done all of this. I have managed all of this success, and I did not complete college. I got married young, I had children young, and I had to figure it out. I didn't have the finances. I have student loans. Ask me about them. I don't have a degree, but I damn sure got student loans. Because I did. I attempted school. It didn't work out. Not because I wasn't smart or because whatever. It's because I had children. I had a family to tend to, working, going to school, and having two toddlers, two back to back. My babies are 14 months apart. That was hard for me, and I couldn't handle all of it. Alongside of that, I'm a type 1 diabetic that is not doing as well as I could be. A lot of it is my fault for putting work first. That's also how I got here. I needed to figure out how to not always put work first. I needed the business to work for me and not me to work for the business. And that's how I got here because my health was declining. I'm a type 1 diabetic and I'm dealing with multiple chronic illnesses right now, in and out of the hospital, passing out. I overdosed on my insulin one day because I was just so confused and had brain fog. I took the wrong medicine and took way too much of it and was fearful for my life and thought I was going to die. Never had to use my glucagon pen before until that night. Glucagon pen is glucagon pen is similar to an EpiPen, but it's an antidote to insulin. It takes the insulin that you take and wipes it out. Is what that is. But we were up all night because I was scared to go to sleep. I was scared that if I closed my eyes, I wouldn't wake up. I was already starting to seize. I was shaking uncontrollably, sweating uncontrollably, and I was fearful that if I closed my eyes, as tired as I was scared that I wouldn't wake up. So me and my honey, my hubby, we sat up all night, every 20 to 40 minutes checking my sugars. Where am I at now? Drink this, take this. I think I drank a whole carton of orange juice. And we never buy orange juice because I can't drink it. I never, ever, ever buy orange juice. I had orange juice in my refrigerator that night. But God, I give all glory and thanks to God above. If you are not religious, please don't let that hinder you from being here. Please stay in the room. All walks of life are welcome, but you will hear me testifying because I give all my glory to God. Okay. But super sidebar. But that is also how I was able to get here because I had to realize that I had to stop putting business first. I had to make sure that I am here. I had to make sure that I am well. I can't do anything if I myself am not well. So I had to figure out a game plan. If anything was to happen, not to speak anything negative or down in my life, but I am also realistic. I understand my health situation. I understand my downfalls. If something were to happen to me and I was unable to work, how can we maintain things? My husband quit his job to work here with me. We do this. We 1-1. There is no 1 and 2. It's 1-1. We splitting the baby up top. So he's doing what he does. I do what I do. And together we make one. If I'm not sewing or creating, then what? He's factory. He does have factory background, but his background is quality. He's manufactured before, but never in the textile industry. If something was to happen to me, the product stop once inventory is gone. So I'm like, we got to figure this out. We need a factory. I need staff. I need to train. We need a full HR. You dig? Okay. We need a full employment process. We need everything going so that no matter what, we can continue to sustain this business, no matter what. God forbid something were to happen to me and I could no longer work or I'm no longer with you guys. This needs to go on. My children and my husband and everybody else needs to be taken care of. And it's super morbid. People don't want to talk about it, but you should. You should. It's very selfish to only think of yourself in the now. What about everything you leave behind? All that hard work. What about it after you leave this world? It's a fact everybody's going to die. It's a fact. We pray that we get to live the longest, most prosperous life on this world. But at some point, we're all going to leave here. So if you make it to 155, God bless you. And I hope in all of those years on this earth, you left an empire. I pray that happens, okay? So let's do it. Wherever you are, whatever age you are, wherever you are in life. I don't care where you are, how old you are, where you are mentally. We're all going to get on this train and we about to chug, okay? Let's chug it. Let's get it going and let's get on the path towards success. And then once you get there, we're going to do anything and everything to maintain it and continue to grow it because there's no stop. The sky is not the limit. The sky is a checkpoint. I hate that term. The sky is not the limit. You can touch the sky and stay there if you want to. I got other universes to touch. I am my universe. I don't even see the sky anymore. What is the atmosphere? What is that? I don't even know what that is. We are the universe. Let's go beyond the sky, beyond the moon and the stars. Let's reach out and touch glory is all I'm saying. So, got my point out. The main point was competition, just to backtrack because I went on a super sidebar tangent. I hope you follow me. We were talking about competition and why competition is so important, why it is important to be in the race. If you're not competing, you are not in the game. You're not in the game. What are you competing for? No one can see you. You are not visible to the community. You are not visible online. You are not visible even in your own network if you're not competing. Competing is good. Collaborate when possible. Sometimes you have to reach out to someone that does what you do that you used to compete with. Sometimes that happens. Yeah, we both make bonnets. I got this. Look, I got an order of 3,000 items that I need in 2 weeks. I can't finish it. Honey, baby, sweet child, do you contract out? And if so, how can I get your assistance? Build a no compete contract. Work with these other businesses to get these orders out instead of sweating and killing yourself and killing over. Work with these other businesses and build that relationship. Because then what'll happen or what can happen in the future is as you both grow and things start to get overwhelming, they will reach out to you before they reach out to anyone else. And as long as you guys respect each other's grinds, respect each other's businesses and processes, it can grow. You can work with other people that do what you do. Go to the store. You see shoes on a shelf. Nike, Adidas, New Balance, Reebok, Fila, Champion, Timberland, Uggs. Toms. How many? Skechers. Even all the way down to the Walmart brands. All of them. There's room for everybody. There's room for every dollar amount, every style, every color, every walk of life. And they all are still successful. People talk about these low grade brands. First of all, let's talk about Champion. Okay? There used to be a day and time where if you wore Champion to school, you got talked about. Champion is doing it right now. They did not give up. They had a plan 52. Okay? They had a plan, and y'all black butts is buying it. I'm throwing no shade. I am throwing no shade, no judgment. I am applauding these people. They did it. They marketed. They got somebody to put their stuff on that made sense to y'all. That was on purpose. That was not an accident. They researched. They saw what was trending. They saw who was trending. They saw what y'all were interested in and moved on it. Implement it. Look at the competition. Pay attention. The blueprint is there. You don't have to recreate it. Take what you need from what's already there and then build and grow on it. You can implement your own things too. You don't have to only take what other people are doing, but pay attention to what other people are doing so you can grow your business the same way, if not better. Because when you're paying attention to competition, you can pull from here, you can pull from here, you can pull from here, you can pull from yourself, you can pull from what worked for you before, and you can put all that together and make a brand new blueprint. So what I'm saying to you now is, listen to what I'm saying. Take what makes sense, throw everything else away, implement it into your business, and then act on it. Again, a plan without action is nothing. A plan without action is nothing. An action without plan is a toss-up. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. So plan on it. Strategize, sit down with your team, talk to people that know what they're doing, get experts in their field, or sit and research and figure it out the same way I did. I didn't have the money to hire nobody. I didn't have the money to get a manager or a brand strategist or a coach or any of that when I started. Because I didn't. I simply did not have it. I was a licensed cosmetologist, and I'm going to call it what I was calling it at the time, because again, we no longer fail, but in a failing beauty salon because of my health. I was unable to maintain appointments. I was unable to, I had to leave my shop in the middle of services, in the middle of sew-ins, in the middle of braids, in the middle of presses. I had to leave by ambulance, not by choice. So my business, in my mind, what I thought was failing, because for whatever reason, us as Black people, if we aren't winning, we're failing. There's never an in-between, and we need to stop that. I didn't fail. I needed to learn. I can't keep operating like this. I'm going to kill myself. My business is going to fail. My money is going to dry out, and I'm going to end up spiraling into depression, which I did. And just a lot of things started falling on me that I could not handle. I couldn't mentally handle it. And as I was being pulled out of that dark place, just so many things dawned on me. My mindset, I had to change the way that I thought so I could really take a step back and look at my life and see what is wrong here. What do I need to do to make this better? What do I need to do to, you know, not go through this again? And I had to, number one, realize that my health was my number one priority. I was putting clients, their timeline, and their needs over myself. I wasn't passing out behind my chair because it just hit me. I knew that I needed to eat. I knew that I wasn't feeling right. I knew that I was starting to shake, and I was trying to push through. Everything does not require a push through, first of all. People always want to tell you push through. Is it worth it? First of all, is this push worth it, or should we push to something else? And that's what I had to figure out. I was already sewing. I was sewing for myself. I've been sewing since high school. I was blessed enough to go to a school that had a sewing program, and I found out that I loved to sew and I was good at it. So I've been sewing. I had a professional machine. I had a few grand cost-wise machine back in high school because I made my prom dress. So I had that. Then I got on these craft groups and I learned how to graphically design images to press onto shirts and weave them. And I got my silhouette machine and my home domestic iron, not even a t-shirt press. And I started making t-shirts and found out I was really good at it. If you go to my websites, minovet.com, or any of my social media pages, see my posts, my social posts, my graphics, my website design. I did all that. I did all of that sitting in these groups, going to YouTube University and learning. Again, no college degree. People always ask me, where did I go to school? YouTube. Everything on YouTube ain't great though. Let me just put that out there. Make sure when you are researching that you are researching the quality of what is being shown to you. Is it actually something that works before you start becoming the all-knowing of something? Make sure that what you're learning on YouTube is legit, first of all. Do that first. And I did that. And I found Affinity. I found Adobe. There was another one that I learned. Silhouette Design Studio. I learned how to use them. I learned how to do Adobe Design. I learned how to do Affinity. I can't remember what theirs is called. The design, they have a different products. I learned Coral Draw. I learned how to do sketches on I learned everything so I could make the best decision on what worked for me. People always want to say, oh, use this, don't use that. It depends on your ability to learn it, honestly. A lot of them do the same things, but so what? This program has the best whatever. If you don't know how to use it, it doesn't matter. So I learned them all, and I learned which one I like the most, and I stuck to that one. I'll let you guys decide on which one you love the most, but there are many to choose from. Get on YouTube. A lot of these software companies have their own YouTube channels. You don't have to depend on other gurus that are out there figuring things out or have these, special certificates doing whatever they do to sell you crap. Go to the actual software developer's YouTube channel and let them train you. They made it. They know how it works. Let them show you. And then if you do find a channel that you like mine, that will show you things that make sense to you, to your skill set and the way that you learn, then follow them as well and take it all. Again, pull from here, pull from here, pull from here, make your own. Implement that into everything. Implement it into everything. Because on Satin Talk, we will definitely be talking about the business you. The business you. You should be the business owner, the boss, CEO within yourself as well. And we'll talk about that because again, if your business ain't right, chances are your mind isn't right. So let's get that in order too. So I'm gonna get off of here because I'll ramble and I'll go on and on and on. I'll finish my journal entry off audio. My camera is blocked, obviously, so I was gonna say on camera, but it's the morning. I got my robe on, I got my bonnet on. I didn't want to scare y'all like that. But I will go ahead and finish journaling for you guys, finish off this podcast episode, get it edited and get it up short and sweet. So if you don't like all the extra long rambling, don't worry, I'll cut that out. I will put bullet points on the podcast so you can go directly to the chapters that you are interested in. I'm going to make this as easy for you as possible because I know you guys are super busy and don't have an hour every morning to sit and hear me talk. So I will make it short, sweet, and cute for you guys so you can get what you need and go on about your day. The next topic's coming up. We're going to be talking about SEO. And my screen blacked out. I thought I got out here on you guys. Excuse me. SEO, alternate text, metadata on your website, under your images, under your products, all your descriptions are filled out. You need to do that to make sure that people can actually see what you have, whether it's a product or a service. Google cannot find you unless you tell it what it is. I would love for people to get on Google and type in Minovet and I pop up because I will. I'm there. But first you have to know my name. First, you have to know who I am and what I sell. If you had no idea who I was before today, chances are you didn't go to Google and type in Minovet. You either typed in custom satin bonnets, custom bonnet wholesale, Black-owned bonnet manufacturer, Black-owned bonnet vendor. That's probably how you found me, if not on Facebook or Instagram. Because I make sure that when I'm creating my websites, I'm describing my products, I'm creating all of that metadata for the internet to find. I'm putting in those keywords that will bring you to me. Thousands of pages pop up when you get on Google and type in custom satin bonnet vendor. Where do I pop up? I'm on the first page. Why? Because I made it that way. I put in all that information so people can find me. Google recognizes it. The more people click on me, the more popular I get, the higher I go in the ranking. I've been number one for a long time. But I've been giving y'all the game and y'all catching up to me. But it's okay. Competition is good. Y'all keep me on my toes. I am not fearful of competition. No one out there is me. No one has my sauce. You might have your own, but you don't have mine. So I'm okay with that. Because chances are, it's more than one of me in their closet anyway. They come by from both of us. They like what you got. I like what she got. I'm going to get them both. So we can come do this thing together. But people have definitely been catching up to me. And I want to say I'm positioned like 5 or 6 right now. So I'm going to get back to work. What does that mean? I need to start finding out the new keywords that are trending. People were using supplier. Then they were using the word vendor. Now they're looking for Black owned. Now they're looking for made in the USA. Now they're looking for crafted. Now they're looking for handmade. All those words that keep popping up in new trends and hashtags on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, that matters. If they're searching for it on social media, chances are they're searching for it on Google as well, or Yahoo, or Bing, or Ask Jeeves. I don't know what you use. All the same though. In order for these search engines to find you, the keywords have to be there. And the way to find these keywords is to pay attention to social media. Use these apps like Hashtag Expert. Use all of these different tools and resources to help you figure out what is trending. Go to the discovery pages on these apps and see what people are clicking on the most. What are they watching? What words are these people using that are getting these thousands and thousands and thousands of views? They went viral. How? Pay attention. If it makes sense, if it makes sense and it fits into what you're selling, use it. Describe what you're selling. I mean, honestly, people don't even do that. You go to people's pages of what they're selling and there's no description. How the hell are we supposed to know what it is if we're not already on your page? I got to get there first. You get 3, 4, 5 clicks on your website a day. How do you expect people to find you when those 5 people barely found you? 3 of them might have been you. In order to get thousands of clicks on your page per day, foot traffic, virtual foot traffic. Imagine being in a mall and thousands of people walk through that mall a day, but only 5 people walk in your store. You're doing something wrong. You have to bring them into the room. And the first way to do that is to get them to see what you have to sell. Chances are you don't have no products in your window. And if you do, they're trash. I'm going to just keep it 1,000. I would love to help everyone. I would love to get everybody to the level of success that I have and where I plan to go. But to keep it 100 with you, some of you won't make it because your products aren't worth it. Look at your products. Would you buy it? When you look at your product and see a flaw and decide to sell it anyway, people see that. If you see it, why don't you, I'm gonna just say it's all right. They ain't gonna wear it. Yes, they will. Would you? When you go to the store and something is scratched, fabric is torn, there's a hole in it, it's misaligned, you bring it back, don't you? And then chances are, depending on how bad it is, how many times you return something and got a new one for it to be the same way, at that point, you're no longer interested in that brand. You are no longer interested in what they have to sell. I'm going to a new store. Y'all are counting yourselves out by being lazy and by being cheap. It is costing you more money to sell bad products than it will for you to invest in something quality and have less customers because it costs more. I'll say that again in case you didn't follow me. It is costing you more money to sell trash, cheap trash, then it will cost you to invest in something valuable. It's going to cost you more because it's worth more. You're going to get more. Most people don't like to spend more. So yes, you'll have less clients, but you still made more money because you're selling a better quality product, better reputation, better word of mouth, foot traffic. People are coming into view. It's called window shopping. Allow people to window shop. A window shopper will one day turn into a customer, hopefully. If not them, somebody they know because they referred you. Well, I found this place. They're a little hot, but girl, that's right up your alley. You would love this. Everybody want rich auntie vibes but don't want to spend no money, right? You have a lot of people that just want to look. They want to admire. They want to dream. But what about their financial situation? They may not be able to afford it right now. What's going to happen when they can? They may come back. They may buy. They'll invest. They'll tell a friend. Your business will blow. I've been around, y'all. I've been around for 3 years doing this. And the boost, I've been growing consistently. But my big boost just came recently during a pandemic. because people's financial situations changed for the ones that did and were able to continue on. Those that took the money that they got from the government and didn't need it to sustain, but were able to do something for themselves because they were able to, and no shade for the people that get mad. Oh, you took your stimulus and bought a car. When I got to pay bill, like, y'all have to stop imposing your issues onto other people. It's unfortunate when you have to do things differently than somebody who's more privileged in life. It's very unfortunate, but it's not their fault. Y'all got to stop looking at people that are doing good things with their lives that is making them happy. If it's splurging and buying things, that's their money. Thank God that they're able to do it. Why do you want people to be broke down? Why? Why do you want people to struggle? If I see somebody buying something and splurging and living their freaking life, that is fantastic. Praise God. Because they could not be doing that. They could be at home worrying about where their next dollar is coming from. You know, people can't just get up and go on vacations just because. They have to have it somewhere. I don't care where they got, I won't say I won't care where they got the money for, because we don't do crime, y'all. We don't condone that. But even if something was a handout and they were able to use it to bless themselves with an experience, allow them to do that. So again, getting sidetracked. We'll dive in more on SEO. We'll dive in more on metadata, alternate text, all of that information that helps the internet know what you have, what you're doing. But yeah, describing your items, literally saying what they are: black dress, slim fitting, you know, curve hugging, comfort fit, loungewear, whatever it is. First, you got to tell them that. You got to insert those keywords, what's trending, and then you need to update it often. We'll talk more about that on the next episode. I'm going to get out of here. I am starting to lose my voice. I've had multiple surgeries on my throat, so speaking for me right now is a huge blessing, and I want to share this with y'all. I want to bless y'all with the sound of my voice and the information that I have while I'm able to give it to you guys. So thank you again for joining. If you're watching the recap, make sure that you hit that notification bell so you can catch me live. You guys are more than welcome to comment in even after the video is over. I will respond. If you ever catch me live, we'll do some Q&A sessions and I will answer them live. So get your questions ready, write them down, copy paste. So when I get on here, I can make sure I get to them as long as time allows. And I will catch you guys next time at Simply Minovet across all social media. Subscribe here and hit the bell. Talk to you probably in the next couple days. Let's see what we come up with in the next couple days. Minovet Chrissy has been a Boss Bae thing, pushing peace, love, health, wealth, prosperity, all those wonderful, magnificent blessings that you dream to have. I pray that they cross your threshold. I pray that they touch your hands. You grab them, you nurture them, you take care of it, you grow it, and then use it to bless another one. Let it go so God can fill you up again. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Boss this week out, and I'm out.